What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video we are going to be debunking myths that I've heard a lot about beat selling in the last year and a bit that I have been selling beats for. Some of these myths that I'm going to be talking about as well are also ones that I've noticed have been cropping up from you guys when you've been messaging me and asking me questions about your struggles in beat selling and what you think the issue is when it is something else. So stick around to the end of this video because there is 12 myths to debunk. Smash that subscribe button if you are new to the channel, and let's not waste any more time. Let's get straight into this video of debunking these 12 myths about beat selling. Coming in at number one, and this is the one I've heard the most, and that is that beat selling is dying. I can tell you now, this is something from research that has been said every year, and if you Google far enough back, you will see YouTube videos in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, and this year saying that beat selling is dying with a big question mark next to it, because let's be honest, beat selling is definitely not dying. If we just take BeatStars for example, when you see the size of the marketplace, the amount of beat sellers that are on there and the amount of traffic that beat store actually gets, you can see that that isn't going anywhere anytime soon. Yes, some things like YouTube type beat channels may have less views than they did, especially producers getting less views, and maybe some of you get less beat sales, but that isn't anything to do with the actual market. That is another issue that will be debunked in some more of the myths that I'm about to mention. Myth number two is comments for comments on producers' YouTube channels will get you more growth. That is definitely not the case at all. In fact, it is hindering your YouTube type beat channel. So everything on social media now works off algorithms. YouTube, especially if we're talking about type beat channels alone, is going to be monitoring the type of traffic that you're getting, the sort of people that are listening to your views, and pushing it out to them. So if you have music producers who are commenting and engaging on your type beats, that is not really the sort of market that you're going for, and it's vice versa for both the music producers who are trying to do the comment for comment with each other, and also one comment on a video in general is just not going to help with pushing it further in the algorithm, ranking higher in search results, and getting more views. That is just not the case. If you want to get more views on your type beat channel, you need to make sure that you're posting the right content, niching, getting the branding on point, YouTube thumbnails, titles, literally all of that. But comment for comment does not work, okay? So just putting that one to bed. Myth number three is beats will sell themselves if they're good enough. That again is just not the case. You could have the best beat in the world, but if it is not marketed properly, it will get zero sales. Up against the worst beat in the world, if marketed properly, will always get more sales than a beat that doesn't have any marketing. Yes, you may get lucky with the odd sale, but if you're just posting a beat that's really good up onto BeatStars or YouTube but not paying any attention to the marketing, the branding, again, anything to do with the SEO, it's just not going to rank at all. No one's going to find it. So even though it may be the best beat ever, no one's going to see it. So just keep that in mind. It's not just about the quality of beats. There's also a lot more that goes into beat selling. Number four, there is a secret formula to success beat selling. There really isn't. The past year of my life, I have been working my ass off when it comes to the beat selling. I have been doing everything from the beat making to the marketing and to the retaining of branding, and also networking with artists to get as many beat sales as I could. And I'm not even one of the more successful beat makers. There are beat makers who make over 10k a month selling beats, and they haven't used any secret formula to get them to that or to explode their growth and beat sales instantly. The reality is anyone who's making a lot of money selling beats has been doing it for a long time. They have tried different things, they've made mistakes, and they've adapted and listened to their data to graft their own audience to their own niche into something that works for them. You could maybe call that the secret formula if you want, but there is nothing out there at all which if you start using it, you pay for something, it's going to get you instant success. These things take time. There's no formula. It's just a case of building your brand, knowing your niche, and being consistent with it. Myth number five, a YouTube type beat channel is enough in the form of marketing your beats. No, it is not, because there is so many other ways you could be marketing your beats. If you're trying to drive traffic to your beat store, why just focus on one avenue in YouTube type beat channel? Yes, you could focus all your efforts on growing that YouTube type beat channel, but at the same time, why not utilize things like email marketing, other social media platforms, SEO and Google search results, optimizing your website that way? There are so many other ways, even paid advertising, we could say. There are so many different ways to drive traffic to your beat store. Why just focus on one avenue when you could be driving traffic from multiple sources to one website, doubling or trebling your traffic? So don't just focus on YouTube type beat channel. If you don't know any other sources, make sure you do your research and learn about them, because I promise you there is so many other facilities to be utilized. Myth number six is if you copy other beat makers, you will get the same success. That is just not the case. The best example I can give is, for example, I am someone who has found a little bit of success this year out of Taylor Swift beats and last year as well. Now that's something that works for me because when I started uploading beats, I had one Taylor Swift type beat, which at the time did really well for me, and I just started making a load of Taylor Swift beats and rode off the momentum of that to get some traction going. So now on my YouTube Type Beat channel, YouTube knows that Taylor Swift beats is something that my audience is interested in, so they push content to that. And it's the same for the beat store as well, because I've been consistent with it. That doesn't say it's going to work for the next producer. You've really got to focus on finding your own niche, because then that limits the amount of competition that you're having, which gives you a better chance of ranking higher in search results. Now the biggest bit of advice I give you here is social media algorithms, they reward originality, not plagiarism. I'm going to say that again. Social media algorithms, they reward originality, not plagiarism. So be unique, be yourself, and find your niche. Myth number 7 is BeatStars promo and paid ads. These just don't work, especially if you're someone who doesn't know how to use ads and you're just going to go straight in the deep end and start doing it. BeatStars promo, there's no targeting at all, so there's no guarantee that you'll actually get any beat sales. Yes, you may get a lot of views, but you'll also get a lot of producers viewing your beats as well, which isn't ideal. Unless you want to get loads of views on your BeatStars profile, then go for it, pay the money for it. Hey, it's your money at the end of the day. But you know, there's no guarantee on the success of it, and if you don't have the money to throw at it, don't just do it for the sake of it thinking it's going to work. You're better off using your time to grow your other expenses like your email marketing list or your YouTube Type Beat channel to drive traffic to your beat store that way. And when it comes to stuff like Facebook, Google ads, if you don't know what you're doing, you're just going to be throwing money down the drain. Someone who knows, who has a really good understanding of Facebook ads and a reasonably good understanding of Google ads, I never find myself doing ads because I just do not feel that I can get enough target audience, especially for Facebook, and on Google I can't justify spending the amount that I need to spend to get any sort of results. Myth number 8 is blaming the algorithm on the fact that your beats aren't getting any views. It's like I said earlier in this video, algorithms reward originality, so just remember that. You've got to find your niche. Don't just copy what other people are doing, because then you're ranking against them, and if there's someone who has a lot more views than you, then they're just always going to outrank you, so you're never going to get that exposure anyway. Myth number 9 is views equal sales. They really don't. You can get all the views in the world, but that doesn't mean that people are going to buy your beats. Now, we're talking here, of course, about YouTube, and maybe we could apply this to Instagram and TikTok as well. For Instagram and TikTok, people are just there to scroll through anyway, so you're not really going to gather their engagement, so you really need to have a call to action if you want to convert them into traffic to your beat store and then hopefully into sales. Then for YouTube, one of the biggest problems I find on a lot of YouTubers who are doing YouTube Type Beat channels is they're not properly linking their beat store to their YouTube. So people will listen to a YouTube video but not give a clear path of how to actually go to the beat store and download that beat. Most people don't even look at the description, so you need to make sure that you've got the link very high up in your description so they can see it and make sure it's clear and concise. And also just remember as well, is you could have a beat that gets over 10,000 views but then gets no sales, but then a beat that gets 50 views, but that one person out of 50 liked the beat went and bought it. That is actually a real life example of something that I've done. I've got beats which have got over 10,000 views on my YouTube Type Beat channel, got no sales, but then I've literally got a beat which has got 100 views but has got a sale from my pro page, which means that that traffic came from my YouTube Type Beat channel. So just keep that in mind. Myth number 10 is you need a big email marketing list to justify doing email marketing. That is just not the case. I have a relatively small email marketing list of around 700 customers, but every time I run a sale, I get at least one sale from my beat store. That is because I have given the time to go and actually engage with these artists, not only on my emails, but also on Instagram as well, getting to know them and building a relationship. If you have a relationship with the customer, more likely to trust you, go to your website, download beats off you, and even purchase beats off you. That's why it's really good to run bulk deals and discounts as well, to make it seem like you're providing them value, as well as offering them free beats as well. So you don't need to have a big email marketing list. Just make sure that you're treating the people on that list with the utmost respect and making them feel valued. Myth number 11 is beat selling is saturated. Well, yes and no. Yes, certain genres will definitely be saturated because some are more popular than others. For example, pop for some reason is a very unsaturated genre, but within the pop market in subgenres, some have more beats produced than others. That is when you got to start finding gaps in the market, and it's more important than ever to niche yourself. It's the same for YouTube as well. You need to make sure that you're niching yourself. It's literally the most important word when it comes to beat selling, because if you're niching your content, you're creating your own market with less competition, where less people are going to be competing for that keyword in the search results and also the type of beat, and you will find people who are interested in the sort of beats when you find that niche. And myth number 12 is you need your beats to go viral to become one of the top 1% beat makers. It's easy to think that if you could get one beat which blows up and gets 1 million views that you would be all set, but that's just really not the case, and it shouldn't be the mentality that you have, because if you're constantly just trying to create viral content, you're just not going to get anywhere and it's not going to be original, and you may also find yourself doing trends which doesn't even fit in with your brand or even beats. You might be stronger at producing one type of beat, so that doesn't mean that you need to go off of your own passions and try and do something just for the sake of it, thinking that it'll blow up, when in reality it's probably not. Instead of focusing on getting that one beat which is going viral, you should be posting content every single day in any form, whether it's beats, and even if it's not beats, you should be posting some sort of content driving traffic to your beats. That is the way that you grow quicker as a beat maker, not just relying on this one bit of content to absolutely blow up and make all your dreams come true. I post several times a day, and it's enabled me to get to where I am now, where I'm making over $1,000 a month selling beats. I haven't had one single video which has completely blown up and completely changed my perspective and changed my life as a beat seller. In fact, it's been quite the opposite. It's been a very slow and enduring process, me getting to the stage where I'm earning $1,000 a month selling beats. And a lot of beat makers who make more than me can probably agree as well. They may have one beat which has got more views than the rest, but one beat alone hasn't made their business successful. So yeah, that is the 12 myths to beat selling that I just wanted to discuss in this video. If you like this video, smash the subscribe button. It's the best way to support the channel. But I'm gonna leave the video there for today, guys. So keep making music, keep it on the grind for your beat selling, and I will see you in the next video.